good evening. Hello. I don't know when you guys will find this because I know the lives get uploaded after recording. So I'm here to do some channeled healing activations again this evening. And let's just see. Okay, so we'll see who joins us for a channeled healing. But in the meantime, I'm just going to bring through a message. So let's get an oracle message for the collective to open up the space. And the message we've got is around soul tribe. Look at this beautiful card. We're all interconnected. Let's get the message. Okay. So your vibe attracts your tribe. Soul tribes are spiritually connected through vibration. When you are around someone who vibrates at a similar frequency, there is often a sense of connection and familiarity. As your vibration increases, so too do the vibrations of the souls who come to surround you. Life is indeed a wonderful adventure, and with every evolutionary leap into self-awareness, you attract different souls to your path. These souls, known as your soul tribe, vibrates at a similar frequency to yours. They complement your journey and, for a while, support and nurture your growth. As you evolve, however, you may feel a growing disconnection to these very same souls. No longer in energetic alignment, there is often a period of transition and ending. This time may not always be easy, especially for the ones you leave behind. Hi, welcome in. As you progress and change, so too does your soul tribe. New souls who complement and support your journey will appear and provide lessons to accelerate the growth of your soul. So often we would like to believe that people can come into our lives. Hello, hi Lilith, how are you? Welcome in, guys. Let me know where you're saying hi from, especially if you're new, it's your first time. When we meet people and we feel drawn to them and we feel a connection, that is because we have a vibrational compatibility. And if we think about romantic relationships, you meet one another and you attract one another because there is a vibrational compatibility. It's an intuitive awareness. It's a vibrational language. And then the question might come in, well, why didn't it work? Why, if we were vibrationally compatible, and this person came into my life because they had the answers to some of my asking, or I came into their life because I had the medicine to some of their wounds. Why did it not work? Sometimes we come in at a similar frequency, but the individuals have free will. And as we grow and evolve with our experience or through our experience, sometimes that can take us on different paths. Because we see this 3D reality as reality, we forget that this is not reality. This is a matrix, it's a simulation, and there is an entire reality outside of this. We often associate someone being in your 3D experience as that being your connection. But a true connection is on a spiritual and energetic level. And people who come into your experience, the impact that they make, how they contribute to your growth, the love that they show you, the expression of who they are, which mirrors an expression of who you are, though that stays with you. The soul essence of the relationship always stays with you. But we came into this reality to experience ourselves in freedom. And so sometimes we are free to then embark on different journeys because perhaps one person in the relationship's grown in a particular to a particular level and the other person's grown into a different direction. And these things can happen. But nobody ever truly leaves us. Everybody stays with us. And you see this, especially when people tell the stories about who they are. Even the people who have brought us the most contrast, the lessons, the purpose behind why we met them and we had those uncomfortable, painful, sometimes painful, awful experiences with them remains with us. It stays with us. The medicine stays with us. And how we incorporate that story, that story or that medicine into our narrative is what empowers us or can sometimes be debilitating. So your soul tribe is a combination of many people who can come and go throughout your lifetime. Different people who are a match to you at different stages in your life. And as you grow, so do the people in your life evolve. But what Spirit wants me to share with you more than anything else is that nobody ever leaves the essence, the soul essence of who they are remains with us always. So whether our paths separate or we take different paths in the 3D world in this life, and the relationship goes through a 3D death, if you will, a change, or whether the relationship, someone in the relationship transitions and goes into the spiritual realm, the soul essence, they stay with us through our soul self, because this is why we call them soulmates. They're in essence an extension of who we are as a soul family. And if we understand that, maybe it helps us to look at things from a different perspective, uh, because especially our karmic soulmates, even though we might think we want to avoid them, we might think we want to avoid them, they really help us to grow. Your accent sounds Cape colored, really. Yep, I can speak Afrikaans, yes. Um, so we're gathering together. I would like to offer some channeled healing energy. Sorry, healing. How do I say this? Tongue twister there. Some channeled healing activations. All right. I don't know if I'm picking up on someone's energy here that is struggling with clarity, communication, because a fog just came over me. Anyway, so if you would like to, if you have a symptom, a condition, an ailment that is challenging you at this time and you'd like to receive some channeled healing energy, this is an energy healing space. You're welcome to put your symptom into the comment section and let's connect. How are you doing, Lilith? It's been a while. I'm just going to open up the space to bring in some energy healing, some high vibrational energy into the space to clear out some of that blockage, some of that confusion, some of that heavy energy. Clearing the throat chakra. Yes, it's been a while. Oh, you're so sweet. Have you been well, Lilith? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, where you're joining in from. Okay. So many of you might not have experienced, oh, skin and candida. Oh my gosh, Shanae. You know, there's definitely something going on at the moment with the nervous system and the skin because I've been having these itchy spells where I just feel like my skin is so inflamed and spirit, they definitely tell me there's an association with the nervous system and the gut. So we're definitely purging and detoxing there in that area. Okay, so I'm gonna look at that for you, and then hi Donna. I have a headache and pressure in the right side of my brain. Can't breathe deeply either. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. So, right, the energy is a lot more clear than it was a minute ago. All right. Okay. I think it's because I'm already starting to channel. So when I go into a channeling space, then this personality needs to step out of the way because now I'm starting to feel like I'm losing my words. All right. Let's start with Shanae. I'm just going to share with you as it comes through, okay, Shanae? And whilst I'm channeling, I just want you to breathe deeply into your heart space. Open up your heart space and receive the energy. Just trust me with the process because I'm just trusting spirit as well. I don't know how it's going to look, but I just feel that they want to bring through clarity first. Okay, so many impurities are being purged at this time. All right, so what they're showing me, what they're saying really is that it's because Shana, it's because of what's happening on the planet. Uh, Collectively, Mother Earth and we as species, all species on the planet that reside on Mother Earth, we are in a new space. Okay, we've broken through into a new dimension, and the frequency is at an alarmingly high rate. And so this is why we've all been slowed down. Everything's been slowed down, even though we can feel things are moving quickly. What I mean by everything's been slowed down, they're saying that our process has been slowed down, how we process things, our capacity to do things, where we could do maybe 3 or 4 things at one time or focus on 3 or 4 things at one time, we can't anymore. We've been slowed down as a vessel so that we can process the very, very intense and high frequency and vibration. But what this also does is where we are, we're in this new space, we're in it's groundbreaking is what they're saying. It's a new space, never before. We've never been at this level of consciousness before. This is a whole new space that planet Earth, that we as a collective have entered. Humanity's never experienced this frequency and this level of consciousness. So we're in an unknown space, and that's why everything's been slowed down to give us an opportunity to catch up. But what's been happening is our vessel, this avatar, is being fine-tuned. It's being fine-tuned. I'm communicating with an intergalactic council. I'm actually remote viewing a ship. Okay, so they're fine-tuning our vessels because we're in this unknown space. It is new. there is also a level of vulnerability, also a level of threat. Because it's groundbreaking, it's new. We are in the womb of Gaia, symbolically. We are in the womb of Gaia symbolically, which means we are picking up on all information telepathically, vibrationally, and this is forming part of how we will experience ourselves in the new earth. There are vulnerabilities because obviously there are those who have fed off of our confusion, our traumas, our darkness. And those species try and infiltrate. So this is why the tuning is happening at an alarming rate. But they're also saying you can ask to have it toned down if it's too overwhelming for you. It's parasites in the gut. We are having to purge those parasites in the gut. And they're saying to me that with the fine tuning, the body will do it automatically, but you will notice that your diet, what you are wishing for, what you are, we are finding ourselves fasting intermittently, unintentionally. And what you're craving for and what you're feeling for, trust your body because you're going to be guided towards having the nourishment, the nutrition that supports that process. But it's a physical purge, and that is going to take place. But what's happening now is that the avatar, the body, the vessel is being fine tuned, and the frequency we are being given. Sorry, I'm just having to interpret what it is they're saying to me. So the frequency that's being offered to us, directed to us. So how they're showing it to me is that our body has buttons within our chakras, points, and they're manipulating those buttons to elevate the frequency so that the medicine is released into the body, into the vessel. And that frequency is what we're picking up on, that is going to facilitate the purge, but we're receiving the administration of the medicine at the moment. So that high frequency that we're picking up, our nervous system is picking up, is doing the work in the gut area, and we're feeling the results of it. We're feeling the impact of it on the skin or under the skin. It's actually a pain, but our brain doesn't know how to process this feeling because it's unfamiliar. So it feels like an itching and an irritation. And they're saying to me, you can ask for it to be tuned down. We can ask for it to be toned down a bit if it feels overwhelming. Okay. All right. So, okay. So, good evening. Welcome in. All right. So just busy with Shanae at the moment. All right, we're going to bring through some clearing energy for this, okay, just to support it. Okay. All right, so. All right. I'm channeling a feminine energy step forward for us now. She says she's not part of the council. She's an embodiment of Gaia. Okay. She can help with this. So she's going to help us with this. All right. I'm going to share with you what she says. But don't pay, she says, don't focus too much on the words. It's not about the words, it's the frequency, it's the energy. She can support this. She's going to help us to ground so that our bodies are not so overwhelmed with this. Okay. You are safe. You are safe within the womb of Gaia. You are incredibly powerful beings. And so sometimes we forget that all of this can be overwhelming for you, but part of the process is that you ask for support. Many of you have not done so, even though support has been available in the old world and the previous timelines. You've grown used to having to do things on your own, having to struggle, to suffer through, and missing the Divine Mother. Mother Earth grieves for you. So many of you have not been mothered. So many of you have missed out on the nurturing of the Divine Mother in her fullness. So we hold you and we cocoon you in the womb of Gaia now. And we want to honor you in your vulnerability, but also in your strength. To remind you that you must ask and you must declare and you must expect and you must demand your birthright. To have access to the Divine Mother, to her nurturing, to her support. See, even in this asking, beloved, you forgot that you can ask Mother to comfort you. And we understand why. So many filters, so many barriers between your experience of warrior, of healer, of evolving as humanity, having to combat and deal with the many shadows of the patriarchy and the father, the wounded father, the shackled masculine. And the bruised mother. You have grown far too used to forgetting that it is your birthright to be mothered, to be comforted, to be held, to be supported. Many of the tears flowing on Mother Earth, on Gaia right now in the form of floods, in the form of natural disasters, in the form of fires. It is how we burn away those dark barriers, and how we cleanse with tears, and how we grieve for you and with you. Because in the absence of us, we have felt the absence of you too. Gaia, the great divine mother, is going through a rebirth. And through this process, you are being held safe and secure in the womb of Gaia, cocooned in your very own bag. So many of you might be feeling very isolated and alone, but you are not alone. Your brothers and your sisters are with you. They are just in their very own cocoons. Very soon, you will spread your wings of various colors, all beautiful, and you will break free from your cocoons. But this time, there will be no threat of you not making it. Your wings are strong. You will break free from these cocoons with a full knowing, with a full remembrance, with a full consciousness. Not like when you were birthed through the wombs of your mothers, when you didn't know, and you were heavy with all of their karma and all of their doubts and their fears and their anxieties and their abandonments and their rejections. All of Mother is healing. And I, as representative of Gaia, wants to extend an apology. You will feel the energy in your solar plexus now. It'll feel like it's moving between your belly and your heart space. This is an apology for our absence and that it made your process, your experience so much harder. But also gratitude for your strength, for being willing to be part of this process, for being the unmothered children. To birth the new mother. Mother Gaia is going through a rebirth because of the medicine that you have provided, because of your willingness to be part of the process, to be part of the awakening. And now you are going through a mass cleanse. And when you feel overwhelmed, remember the mother and allow her to embrace you. Place your feet on the ground and allow all of your senses to connect to the roots that are symbolically embedded into her, and let her hold you and let her cleanse from you this parasitic energy. And you will feel relief. This is part of your remembering of how to be mothered. And cry all of your tears. Do not hold them back. You will find yourselves being overcome with grief suddenly. And you will think that you are sad for all the lives you didn't get to live. And you will think that you are sad for all the babies you didn't get to bring to life. And then you will think that you are sad for all the goals and the dreams that are unfulfilled. And you will think that you are sad for the many heartbreaks you've experienced. But your sadness is so much more. You are crying those tears into the mother wound, and those tears will cleanse it. A deep, deep wound that have burrowed deep crevices into the earth itself. When you see these deep crevices on the surface of the earth, you will remember those are the scars of the many wounds of the unmothered and of the great mother who was unable to mother during the patriarchy. So again, Mother Earth, Gaia, is going through a rebirth, and so are you, all of you boys and girls. And you are not alone. You are in your cocoon. And all you need to do is ask, is to summon the mother. Mother me, hold me, support me. And it will be done. Oh my gosh. Major reset. Major reset. How are you feeling, Shanae? I feel like that was a massive reset. So much, oh my gosh. So much love. What a beautiful energy. Mother Earth, she's speaking to us in a whole new way. I feel, Shanae, like you've been completely reset. Okay, so the candidas are the bacteria in the gut being fed, right? um, and an imbalance, obviously. Okay. So I'm going to share a recipe with you that recently has come back to me. I felt called to do more gut work. So I made, what is it called? Sauerkraut with cabbage. And my grandmother reminded me of a recipe. It's called tempacha, I think, in some parts of the world, but my grandmother used to call it ginger beer, homemade ginger beer. So I want to share that recipe with you guys. If what I've just shared with you resonates, support your gut with this. So sauerkraut is really easy to make. It's just the cabbage and the salt. If you want to get that recipe from me, Shanae, then you can just message me. I can share that with you. I can talk you through it. But you can actually just go online, get some different recipes of how to make your own sauerkraut. So I made sauerkraut. I have it in my fridge. But this is the recipe I want to share with you guys that my grandmother used to make when I was growing up, and this one came back to me. It's the uh, it's a very refreshing drink. My grandmother used to call it ginger beer. It was made with the pineapple skins. So I make it with ginger, the pineapple skins, the pineapple core, and then feed the bacteria, and then filtered water. I put a cinnamon stick in there as well, and then the bacteria gets fed with sugar. I use some molasses and some sugar. So the sugar, it gets eaten by the bacteria, and then it ferments. And that's the only drink I drink now. I don't drink fizzy drinks. I drink water and I drink that, and I love my tea. I want to share that with you guys to support your gut health. So there are things like probiotics and those kinds of things you can do, but I'm feeling called to connect to earth, so like to the natural uh ingredients. So that's why I'm saying the cabbage. You can even make it with uh, beetroot, but I was pulled to the cabbage, the sauerkraut, and I didn't. That's not something I grew up with. But the tempacha, the ginger beer, my granny's ginger beer, I did. I remember her making that, and so I have that in my fridge all the time, and that's what I drink. That's what I'm supporting my gut with. So those homemade, the kitchen witchery, the homemade medicine, the putting your energy into it, that process, there's so much magic and power and medicine in that process. Okay. All right, Shanae, I don't know if you're still here. I'm gonna move on to the next person here, which was it's Donna. I'm not sure you're still here, Donna, but if you are, let me know. So it's the right side of the brain. Okay, right side of the brain. All right, let's see what comes through. Just let me know if you're still here, Donna, before I start channeling for you. Urjan, um, let me know if you're here, Donna. I'm not sure. I'm not getting any feedback from you guys. All right. Okay. Right. Okay, Donna. Um, okay, let me know who's here so that I can do a channeled healing for you. You hear Lilith? Okay, cool. Um, you're going through some stuff, you say, but it's all leading into positivity. That's good. That's good. Lilith, did you feel like any of that healing or that like that you were able to receive or benefit from that channeling? I really felt like it was for more than just Shanae, because I feel totally reset. Obviously, for me, I benefit as well with some of these because I'm the one channeling it. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, all right, guys. Let me know um, who else is here if you'd like to receive a channeled healing. I also been dealing with candida, so it resonates. Okay. Okay. And what do you think of the gut support remedies that I've suggested? Do you have any of your own that you might incorporate? Okay. I see. Okay. Okay, good, good. Yeah. So lot. And you take pro. Okay. Okay, good, good. Um, so over the bed, so that's the belly chakra. And it's like uh, I was saying, we're in the womb of Gaia, so there's a lot of a lot of sacral chakra work being done right now. And that is the belly chakra, and that's where the womb is as well, and that's where the large intestines are as well. So all of that is interconnected. We're definitely experiencing upgrades there and purging. So different things come up for us. Fear, it definitely sits there. Hi, I'm from Middleburg, Mpumalanga. Welcome in, Nelly. Do you have a symptom or a condition that you'd like to get some healing for? I was also nice to know about the cocooning and the isolation. Yes. Okay. Yeah. 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 It was quite nice for me to see that. And I want to think about that more. I think I want to meditate on that more because it really makes me feel, it feels like a comforting blanket. Yeah, it feels like a comforting blanket. And they showed me, well, she showed me, I'm saying they because uh, Gaia has shown me that she actually incarnates, her energy incarnates through the mother. So, like Mother Mary, Fatima, Isis, all the goddess energy, that's her. Um, anyway, but I was shown how so many break free from these cocoons, and it's all these massive, beautiful wings, different colors, all beautiful, all so very beautiful. And maybe it's helpful to know this because I think we get anxious when we don't know what's happening next. We get anxious when we feel like nothing's happening and nothing's moving. And then we try and fill that space. We try and do stuff. And then we actually, yeah, when we're meant to just be still and rest, be quiet with ourselves. It's also nice to know that we can just ask. I definitely resonated with the message about being so used to not being mothered that we're uncomfortable and suffering through a lot of things, instead of just asking, that we do have access to the Divine Mother and we can just ask, please support me with this. I'm uncomfortable, you know, or this is a lot. I don't know what's happening. Please support me with this. And then she'll just hold us and comfort us. Yeah, beautiful. It looks like the other guests have left. So, obviously, it's point I'm not going to be channeling healing energy if they're not here. Um, Nelly, is there something that you need healing around? I think you might still be here. Mm, yes, it is a rare virtue. It is. It's something that I am still mastering. Definitely. Okay. Well, I think that was beautiful. I do hope that Shanae was able to, she might have gotten cut off, or maybe there was an internet thing. I hope that she was able to receive all of that. And yeah, and that we, those of us who were here experiencing it, that we were also able to receive some beautiful, I certainly have. So, yeah. Thank you, Lilith. Appreciate you too. So, you must take good care of yourself and allow yourself to meditate and ease into that. Just visualize yourself being in that cocoon. And when you feel like you need some support in the gut area because there's anxiety or there's a nervous energy or fear pushing, a resentment pushing up, you just ask Mother Earth Gaia to support you through that. Oh, yes, yes. Time, um, they haven't given me a time. I've seen it for a bit now, but there's no. What I do know, the message that I did get from them is this is an unknown space and we have to trust the process. Time in the spiritual realm is very different. It's not linear like it is for us here. So, trying to understand a time frame for a deeply spiritual process can be confusing or overwhelming. And it's better for us to just be comfortable in the space. Leg and arm weakness, my body is vibrating. Okay, leg and arm weakness. All right. Nelly. Okay, let's see what comes through for you. Is it both legs and both arms? Okay, the first thing that's coming through for me is I'm getting a pain in the chest, and they're showing me um, a man, a great grandfather. I'm going to ask them how many generations back this is. Whew, taking a great impact in the chest area. So being attacked, being violently attacked, and having his money taken. I'm hearing the word conquer, conquering, being conquered. So money, valuables. All right. So I'm being told that this is a chief, right, of sorts, a leader in a village or a leader within a community. Everyone is family. Everyone is family or extended family or like family. And his power. So what is taken, I don't know if it's not a crown, but it is a valuable, it's a valuable object that is symbolic of ownership almost or governance. And this is taken from him. So it feels to me like this great great grandfather's village was raided, or it feels like like something like that, where the people were attacked, the power was taken, and all their resources were taken, and they were left for dead. He took a blow to the chest here, but I can't see what it is. He's not showing me. I'm not seeing like an object protruding from it. So maybe I'm not sure. Maybe it was something that. So this is a very, very deep wound that's been passed down. What I'm hearing is it's power being taken. What matters is always taken from me. This is associated with your ability to to support yourself and to protect the people you love. How many generations back is this? I'm getting a number 8. And they're saying to me, and that piece of land is still cursed. It's cursed with the blood of your ancestors. Restoration has not been made. You carry this wound. Not only you, they're saying other people in your family too. Okay, so how this shows up in your life is around your stability and your ability to protect yourself. Your and I'm getting a message about needing finding home. So stability is a big wound for you. and being vulnerable to having what is most valuable taken from you. And all you known is the absence. The absence is crippling. So there's an allergy to trust. Okay? Allergy to trust. And holding on to things. Holding on too tight. And the fear of constant loss. Fear of loss. So they're showing me the space that you were born into now. It's too wide and open. It feels empty. There's a lack of support. There's been a lack of support throughout your life. Restorations must be made. All right, Nelly, are you still here with me? Is anything that I'm saying to you resonating with you? Does it make sense to you? These wounds are carried down by your ancestors. Let me know if you're still here. Okay. So what I'm going to do for you, what they're saying I'm able to do in this session for you is to just start to clear the first few layers. I'm gonna connect to your energy. All right. Your ancestors are going to have to help you. This is going to be a process, right? This is deep work that you must do with your ancestors. This is deep familial work, family work, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect you energetically to the land, and that way to many of the ancestors that still are there, that still dance there. All right. And we're going to clear as much as we can. Okay. This is just something you need to be aware of. It's not something that can be cleared in a way. And this is 8 generations back. It's not something that gets cleared in one session. But I'm going to do as much as is possible to support you with this. This work is going to come up for you in different layers, in different ways, with family and you know, it's going to offer you opportunities to clear this in different ways. But that instability that you feel in your legs, it's about being so unsupported and an inability to hold yourself up, to move things forward. There is this overwhelming sense that too much has been placed on your shoulders. You need your ancestors to support you with this. So I'm going to connect you to the land energetically, and we're going to begin to lift those who were left there. Because the way I'm seeing them is like just where they were slain and slaughtered, they're still laying. I want to bring them to a point where they can dance. All right. So I'm going to connect to your energy, and all I want you to do, Nelly, is I want you to breathe into your heart space. Please close that door. I want you to breathe into your heart space. Fill your lungs to the count of 4. Hold that breath to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 4. I want you to only do that. I'm going to connect to you. I'm going to connect to you in the root space. I'm going to connect to you in the root chakra. And we're going to allow that energy to move through your muscles, your bones, your legs, your arms, so the outer edges of your body, okay? And all you have to do is breathe. Just breathe, close your eyes, and allow your mind to wander. Allow your imagination to wander. Maybe your imagination even shows you the piece of land, may even show you what's happening there, the work that is being done there, but it doesn't have to. And all you are doing is breathing. And I can hear the drums. Deep, deep echoing of the drums, echoing across the lands, over the hills. There are mountains, not high ones. And a sacred flame is being lit in the center. And we're summoning and we're calling forth the rise of your ancestors. I want you to focus on your heartbeat. Try quietly to feel the heartbeat in your chest. That is the rhythm of the drums. And you will feel the sensation on the surface of your skin, in your tissues and your muscles. And you can feel them rising one by one. Masses rising above the earth, above the ground. Their feet don't touch the ground. And you can feel and you can hear the beating of the drum to the beating of your heart. Your pulse. Okay. I'm channeling in some energy, some healing energy to clear your root chakra. As you breathe, you will begin to feel the energy move from the top of your head down your spine into the legs. You might feel tingling in some places. You might feel an itch in some places. We are reconnecting you to your ancestors. Okay. Do you feel something in your stomach? Yeah? Okay, Nelly. So that is complete. All right. When you feel the sensation in your stomach, okay, that is an indication of the reintegration of your ancestors' stories, okay? There's an activation taking place here in your solar plexus. And when you feel the pressure or any symptoms in your legs and your arms, I want you just to breathe the way that I told you to breathe now. And in your mind's eye, just imagine your ancestors dancing around this fire. They are up, they have risen. Okay, they are not in that place where I saw them, where they were just scattered all over the land, where they laying where they were left. Okay. Okay, good. It's a reconnecting, it's a reweaving. Okay. Bringing the energy of your ancestors, their story, their line back to life through you. The work that you have been called to do here, to heal this, all of this, everything that I've mentioned, you need their support. Now they have risen, they're up, they're about energetically, spiritually. Okay, and now you can receive that support. You have to call upon them when you feel like you are not being supported, when you feel like you are afraid, like you can't trust, when you feel like you need protection. Call on their support. This is work that you are meant to do with them. Okay, Nelly. How are you feeling? I get that. I get that. Nelly, will you think about an offering or a ceremony of offering to your ancestors? Rest, okay? You need to drink lots of water and you need to rest. I understand why you're feeling dizzy. Do you understand what just happened? 8 generations back, a huge part of your ancestry was slaughtered. All right? The level of violence for their wealth, for what they had, and very possibly for land, but nothing's grown there ever since. So it wasn't even worth it. No one's been able to stay there ever since. And you're experiencing the eight generations of that wound that you are called to heal. And so we've had to resurrect, bring to life, give life, breathe life back into their essence so that they can support you in the work that you've been called to do. Do you understand? So take it easy, drink lots of water, but please think about a ceremony or an offering that you'd like to do in honor of them. All right? Because you're meant to do this work with them. Your family don't know how to support one another. There's such a fear around trusting. It's just me, 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 me. The wound is very, very deep. You are going to receive the support and the help with this, but it's going to be a process. And you have to start by being very deliberate about asking for support when you need it and learning how to support yourself, to be stable within yourself. You understand? Because that wound of I'm not supported and no one's ever there for me, it's a very deep one. Okay. So think about an offering or a ceremony that feels right for you, that is true to your culture, that is true to your tradition. Perform that in honor of them. They have risen now. They're still there on the land. They're not going to leave it because they need to heal it. Your body is connected to those lands. All of your ancestry's body, all of you. And what you're going to see as time goes is that more of the family are going to step forward in their own little way to show support for one another in ways that you've never seen before, because now their ancestors have awoken, okay? And they are tied to you, all right? Okay. All right, Nelly, thank you for trusting me to channel this healing for you and bring this information through. And I honor you and your bloodline for giving me the permission to facilitate this process. One more thing I want to say to you, Nelly, very important. Stay in the moment. Don't think about tomorrow too much and don't think about yesterday too much. Stay in the moment now. Connect to your ancestors in the moment now. And you're going to feel more stable there. I know what that wound feels like. I've always felt unsupported, and I've had to work through that a lot. Being in this present moment helps a lot. Okay? All right, Nelly. Lilith, Elif, when Mother Earth said grief for the unborn children, does that mean that some of us aren't meant to procreate? Would you be able to see if that had happened? That had happened for me. Some of us, chose not to, yes. When you say not meant to, Lilith, it also means that there is an understanding on a soul level before you come here. Because of the wounding and the trauma that the womb space carries, because of the absence of the Divine Mother in the patriarchal era, there were many babies, many souls who chose not to incarnate. Because the time wasn't right and the frequency wasn't right. So when she spoke about that, I think it was the miscarriages or the children who didn't, the spirit babies who chose to be a part of our spirit team, but not part of our 3D reality. Because of the massive disconnect that she described there between the mother, the absence of parenting in that timeline, manifested as a 3D absence of parenting. So the womb, the portal was not open, the portal was not ready, the portal was not healthy, the womb space. So that is why we're having that womb space healing at the moment, because some people are still meant to procreate. Some people are still going to do it. The womb is being prepared. While we are in the womb of the Divine Mother, our wombs are also, our sacral chakra is going through an upgrade and is going through a purging as well. Okay. So in order for me to be able to give you definitive answers about that, I would have to do a reading, a private reading into your energy, your contract here, contracts with other souls, to see if that is something that you have chosen on a soul level. Or if you're still deciding, because some are still deciding. But I tell you this, Lilith, in this new earth, mother mothering is going to happen at a later stage. Like before, it was normal for people, like the right age to have kids would be in the 20s and the early 30s. That age is being pushed forward. So older women, more mature, we're going to have more what they call geriatric pregnancies. It's such a terrible name. But yeah, we're going to have more older women, more mature women having children. Chronological age being older, having children. Okay. I feel what Spirit is saying to me is you're still deciding about that, but we are going through upgrades in the womb space. So many who might think that that chance is past are still going to have. They can still have. The womb is going to be in a completely new place. That portal. All right. Okay. Beautiful. So this was a lovely gathering, very interesting channelings that came through, very interesting, beautiful healing sessions. Thank you so much for trusting me with that and for being here with me. I'm going to wish you guys a beautiful evening or the rest of your day, whatever your time is. And I'm going to send you off in love and light. Take good care of yourselves. And my intention is to meet here again next Thursday, same time. So if you have friends, family, loved ones that you know might benefit from this, let them know. And have a blessed week. Well, the rest of the week until next week. Okay. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.